So this episode picks up where the last episode left off. Bethany and Carol having this really soft, kind of whiny argument or like disagreement. And I'm so glad that Tinsley picked up on that and mentioned it, because she was just like, Bethany's tone is off. And a few of you have mentioned that maybe Bethany is using a softer tone with Carol because she really does care for her and she really does consider her a friend. I tend to agree with that as well, because I feel like when Bethany has people in her life that she doesn't necessarily care for, like the Countess, she goes for the jugular. But she's being although she's being her own little kind of Bethany kind of self, her tone is different. And she's using words differently. She's not yelling out curse words or, she's not really jabbing Carol with anything quite yet. Like she is in the confessionals. In the confessionals, she's done a complete 180. Like, she's saying things about Carol that I know is going to have to be addressed at the reunion. But I think in this moment, they still are pretty close friends. And she doesn't want to lose that, or she still really cares for Carol in this moment. I don't know what has changed from now into the confessionals, but something has changed. So yeah, I totally agree that is why Bethany is being so soft in a Bethany kind of way with Carol, because she does care for her. And outside of Brent, I don't know anybody that Bethany cares for, you know what I mean? Other than money, so just seeing her like this with Carol after watching her on this show for so many seasons and see her rip people to shreds, it's nice to see Bethany holding back, you know what I mean? Normally she doesn't hold back, but you can tell that she cares about Carol because she's definitely holding back. Not in the confessionals, but in this confrontation. Oh, Lord. So then this becomes about Adam again. And like I said before, they are way too old to be fighting over some dude that's in his 30s. This is so like, ladies, you are so far above this. Come on. Anyway, they start getting into it about Adam, and the real reason why they're beefing is revealed, like I said last week. It's because of Adam. Like, the issue is Adam. Bethany got mad because Adam asked to be comped, so she called Carol, not calling Carol to ask if she could ask Adam to do the trip, but to call Carol to tell her to break up with Adam because she was upset that Adam would not go and take pictures for like her Instagram of her doing like charitable work in Puerto Rico, essentially for free. And like I said before, Adam does not make the kind of money that they make. You know what I mean? Like, he's making probably what I make and living in New York City, which is 3 times more expensive than Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is already expensive. So I get when he said, yo, I got a client. Can you comp this, or can you pay me this so I'm not missing out on this money? He didn't ask for anything else. Even Bethany herself said. So I can't agree with Bethany on this because it's not fair. If Bethany was back in her beginning skinny girl days when she was running around people in like Dwayne Reed with the tray trying to give them samples of her drink, if she was there and somebody asked her to do something for free and she was still struggling, she would have asked for something as well. So I don't like what she's doing here, and that is the issue. Bethany wanted Carol to dump Adam because Adam would not go and do the Puerto Rico trip without getting a comp. That's what it is. And Bethany, that's not cool. You don't tell your girlfriend to break up with her boyfriend because he doesn't do something that you want him to do. That ain't your man. You don't control him. The girlfriend does. Let's tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? The man is the head, but we control the neck. Tell it. So I just can't rock with Bethany. This is not right, and I'm Team Carol for standing up for her man and standing up for herself, because I do believe that Bethany did not say that. I really do believe that Bethany did not tell her about the whole rape thing. Bethany wanted Carol to dump Adam because she was mad, and it did not go the way she wanted to, so she wanted to end it. And since then, they haven't talked. So they've been doing like these surface conversations, so they've never really addressed the conversation, and now they're addressing it in front of everybody. So now everybody who got a problem with Adam starts speaking up. You, the Countess, who was so wrong. This is why her and Carol can never be cool, because the Countess acts like she's cool. Be cool. Be cool. Just be chill. Be cool. She always acts like she's that girl, but she's not that girl. She's holding grudges. And her issue is that Adam, who was dating her niece or breaking up with her niece at the time, started messing with Carol. And maybe Adam is an operator. It is what it is. But your issue is not with Adam for being an operator. Your issue is with Adam because he essentially broke your niece's heart. So that is the problem. And then you have to be around this guy. And not only do you have to be around the guy that broke your niece's heart, you have to be around the woman who stole him from your niece, who's somebody who's older, who's in your circle. So it's all of these layers. And that's why I'm just like, they can never be cool, because the Countess will never get over it. You know what I mean? She can't side with Adam, and she can't side with Carol, because if she does, then it's like a betrayal to her niece. Nobody in this circle is really above that, you know, to not be petty, because to be honest with you, they get a check for being petty. What a life. So the Countess just found a moment to jump in, and I disagree with how she jumped in. I don't think that it was right. This was Bethany and Carol were dealing with something. To be honest, they should have taken it somewhere else and dealt with it outside of the group, but then we don't get a show. Although I'm Team Carol on this side of the disagreement, I don't like what she did, because if you say that you love Bethany, you say that you are still friends, at least in this moment, why would you then say something that she said to you in confidence, friend to friend, about Luann? I felt like Carol did that just to be petty, just to take a dig at not only Bethany, but at Luann. So she was like, then you call Luann a loser. Bethany probably did say that, but when you're with your girlfriend, you say all kinds of shady things that you hope to God never get back. And you believe it won't get back because that's your girl, that's your bestie. Like, y'all talking about people. It's a part of, you know, womanhood. It's a part of girlfriend friendships. You know what I mean? Like, you have your moments where you are talking greasy about other people. And I think that Carol crossed the line, and she crossed the line far beyond girl code, because you just don't do that. You don't say things that your friend has said to you in confidence, in private, about another person when the other person is there, and you don't use their tea or, you know, their gossip or their cattiness against them. You know what I mean? If you're still trying to savor this friendship, you wouldn't do that. But I think Carol was in a moment. She was hurt, and she wanted to hurt both Bethany and Luann. I think Luann more than anything, because she wanted to shut Luann up, because she didn't want Luann jumping in this argument with Bethany, because Luann wasn't jumping in the argument to defend Bethany or to help Bethany. She was jumping in the argument because she saw that the fire was on Carol, and she still got an issue with Carol because of Adam. Catch! Now we're getting the Berkshires that we're used to, especially at Dorinda's house. So, like I said, I knew Bethany was hurt by that. I knew Bethany was pissed because Carol mentioned something that she said about Luann in confidence, you know, just with girlfriends busting it up. So she was sitting there, and I guess she was digesting everything, and Dorinda's just like, you love each other, whatever. And she was just like, of course I love her. I wouldn't be sitting here tolerating this conversation if I didn't. But she said that I said, so she was hurt by that. So she regurgitated what Carol had said, and she was just like, how could you? It was basically a violation for Bethany, for Carol to say that, not only in front of everybody, but in front of the person that she was talking about. That hurt her. And now it's getting petty, because it's just tit for tat now. They're going to be going after everybody. I'm sorry. Because I'm laughing because I'm thinking about the next thing that I'm going to say, but I have to like get this thought out. So now they're going to be going after each other now. And this is like the petty part of some women relationships. More or less girlfriend, when you're a little younger, you do this. You don't normally do this when you're older, but you know, sometimes it happens, especially when you got cameras in your face and producers pushing certain things. So what I was laughing about is Luann. Can we just address the elephant in the room? Mother is drunk out of her mind, okay? She goes from being pissed off to happy. Then she starts going at Bethany, and she was just like, I'm a loser? I've never said anything bad about you. How could you say that about me? Then she jumps up in little Bethany's face, and she is just like, I'm a loser. How could you call me? Like, going off. And I'm like, okay, so this is where the alcoholic storyline is going to start, because Luann is gone. She is gone to the point where Bethany can't even handle it right now. And I think because Bethany is just very emotional, and I think as I keep on watching, we're going to get Bethany breaking down at some point, because she's hurt. Carol hurt her. She hurt Carol. Oh, I hate this. I hate seeing this, because I've been in this situation before with my really good friends, and it sucks. It sucks when you're so close and everything is easy breezy, but even in the best friendships, you all have, at some point, it could be years, and you just have that one argument or disagreement that just really puts a shift in your friendship, and you two have to love each other enough to move beyond it and make it work. I don't know if they have it in them to make it work. I don't, and I'm not saying that they don't love each other. I think just with the constraints of this show, I don't know if it's going to be easy for them to get back to where they were. Because Bethany said it, she was like, there's definitely a shift. And she said it quiet under her voice, but I heard her say it, and I saw her process it. And that's when I'm just like, I don't know if this relationship can be repaired right away. And also, we know that Bethany holds a grudge. You know what I mean? Like, her and Jill's Aaron have been at it for years. And I get that Jill wasn't. I watched her season, guys. I'm not defending Jill, right? But I just, from that Jill and Bethany experience, I know that Bethany can hold on to something like it's fresh. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm kind of concerned about this friendship. Then Drunk Luann does a 180. She's like, do you think I care what you think about me? And Bethany was like, I know you don't care, but you have lipstick on your lips. She's like, oh, I do. All right, I take it back. Oh, Luann. You know, she's not beating up police officers. She's a fun drunk. You know what? Drunk Luann was needed for tonight because she kept on bringing light moments to stuff that could get really dark. Like, Bethany was talking to the group about how she's just so hurt about, like, the group's kind of separated. So Kara was saying her piece and then Bethany was saying her piece. And she was trying to cry. You know what I mean? Like, not trying to, but the emotions were there and I could see it coming because her face was getting red. Her eyes were getting, you know, glossy or whatever. So you could tell it was coming up and, you know, she was talking about how she can't trust Carol now. Why would she say that? Like, she just feels betrayed because she felt like they were in a little tiff, but not to that point where, you know, Carol was start throwing haymakers. But it's just like, you were throwing something too. So that's the thing. Like, I love Bethany. I know a lot of you don't like her or Carol. I can't believe it, but I do. I love her. I think she's good for the show. But she plays victim a lot of the time. So she was trying to do this crying and then Drunk Luann just jumped up and said, look at me. And then she starts doing this like French accent. And it just puts a smile on Bethany's face. She went from like crying to laughing, like, what is going on? And I think that had her drunken light presence not been there, this could have gone a lot worse than what we actually witnessed. So, you know, sometimes a intoxicated Luann is a good thing. Unless you're a police officer. Poor Dorinda, she's always the sacrificial lamb for any time that she has these ladies over her house in the Berkshires. She had to sacrifice her own cake just to get them to come together for a little bit of joy. Even Drunk Luann couldn't save this one. So I just feel bad for her. Every time she invites them up, she always has to sacrifice herself in some sort of way to make these ladies happy. Hostess of the century. Dorinda has the hair of Mrs. Claus and I have the jaw of an elf. Listen, can't nobody roast you like you can roast yourself. So shout out to you, Bethany. Go ahead and do it before somebody else do it. Work. And also, Bethany is really comfortable being naked on camera. Like, I don't know. It's so weird to me. Like, these people, I don't know. I'm not going after anybody who gets naked on camera, but I'm just like, because I just feel like there was a bathroom right there. You know what I mean? So I just feel like every move with Bethany is calculated. So I'm just like, you know what you're doing, sis. Like, you're not just changing. You know your titties and butt is out, right? Don't play me. Play checkers. Oh, Bethany and Carol in this fight. Let it go, ladies. Let it go. I don't know. I don't know if they can fix it right now. You know, I really don't know because I feel like they're just taking shots at this point and you can't get anything fixed when you are just cutting each other really, really deep and low because then Bethany is like telling Carol that she's obsessed with youth and, you know, like she even said earlier, oh, I know you wish you were 45 and women should not do, I'm telling you, slut shame, age shame. We should not do child shame. We should not do that to women. That is a mantle that is put on us from the time we are born, and we can, not even a mantle, that is a burden. You know what I mean? Or made to be a burden, like aging, something that you should be happy to do. Is for women, it's such a burden now, you know, not having children because you just have a different mindset or you can't, you know, is a burden. You know, like it's very unfortunate what the things that are put on women. And I hate when women take that and put it on women as well, like we don't know that pain. So I feel like Bethany crossed the line, but Carol crossed the line as well. But I think Bethany's real issue is Tinsley, because she mentioned it. And you're obsessed with youth and beauty and hair. And Tinsley, that's what it is. Bethany is jealous that Tinsley is spending all this time with Carol because Carol is dating Adam and Adam's really good friend is dating Tinsley. So they spend more time together. Bethany, that's it. They're not spending one-on-one time together. It's like they're double dating, you know, because their boyfriends are friends. So I don't know. I just feel like Bethany just got jealous and all of these things are coming up and her energy is just off with Carol and it's just getting ugly. It's really, really getting ugly. But while it's getting ugly with them, the ladies are having a good time. They show like next to the shots of Bethany and Carol still arguing in like an elf costume. You know, Dorinda, Tinsley, and Countess and Ramona are and Sonia, right? I didn't see Sonia, but they're having a good time. They're having a really good time while the ladies are not working it out, and it's just unfortunate because I feel like they need to just let it breathe and then come back to it after they have thought about, you know, the insults that they said to one another because it was uncalled for. I think they went really deep and really low, and it's uncalled for. And I think that all of this comes from the fact that Bethany is not I'm not going to say jealous, right? But she feels some sort of way that her friend's time is being split. Her friend's time with her is being split with another person that she doesn't think is worthy. You know what I mean? Bethany, I know that Bethany thinks that she's far above Tinsley. So for Carol to be spending time with her, in her mind, she feels like slighted. And it's not that. Bethany's just not looking at the fact that Tinsley is really good friends. Tinsley is dating her boyfriend. Carol's boyfriend's really good friend. So I don't know. I mean, I can see it, but I'm not in a situation. So I don't know. I feel like these arguments, especially with friends or people who love each other or family, always stems from something really small that cut really deep. And then you pile on so many other issues. So you're digging through layers of other stuff to get to that one little thing where it's just like, oh, I miss my friend. That's all it is. It's a little girl who really misses her friend, and instead of saying just that, because pride gets in the way, she finds other things and attacks her instead of letting her know how she really feels, because we're such a prideful, you know, people. You know, Americans in general, just very prideful. It is like bashed into us. And I think that's the issue going on right here. It's pride. It really, really is. And it's unfortunate because I like them two together, but all good things must come to an end at some point. Let's hope that this can be rebuilt. Yeah. Let's hope it can be rebuilt, but I don't think it can. At least not Sonia. Listen, we know how Dorinda is about her place. Sonia was like, before I check out, I just want you to know that I took pictures and it was like this before I came in here, and it is still the same way, just so you know, because she don't want to get dragged to the reunion over something she didn't do. So I'm with Sonia on this one. Seems like Bethany and Carol are cool, but as we know, nothing really ends in the Berkshires. It just simmers until they have like a nice holiday dinner and it all falls apart. But I'm hoping that by the end, at least this season, somewhere in between, that we can get them coming back together, because I think I like them together. I really, really do. But I think they're going to have to rearrange their friendship a bit, because Carol now has voice. You know what I mean? She's speaking up. I'm thinking that she talked to somebody, or she saw last season and she was just like, nah, I can't be on TV like this. So I think their friendship had to go through this moment, because now it has to have some changes, because they can't be friends the way they were before, especially not with Carol speaking up and holding her own, because she held her own with Bethany. I love Sonia. I love her Barbarella look right now. Like, I love the little Barbarella poof or whatever. It's cute. It really, really is cute. But I mean, did she have to make that man uncomfortable? That poor contractor, the one behind him, was trying his best not to laugh because he knew that he was on TV. But I mean, ma'am, I had some hedge funds over, you know, I had sex on the sink. She's so nasty. But I hope to be that, you know, I wish at that age, let's be real. I hope to be enjoying life and all the fruits it has to give at that age too. So rock on, sis. Rock on. Bethany's home is so cute and cozy. Last season I thought it was a little clutter. I feel like maybe Frederick probably got her to move some stuff out of there and let it breathe. It's really cute. I think it's such a cute, cozy little home. And that shirt that she has on, yes, sis. Also, Bethany's confessional look, gorgeous. I always feel like their confessional looks are so beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's because they have contracts with the show, but I just wish these ladies would hire the people who do their makeup and their confessionals full time. Because to go from these gorgeous confessional looks to seeing them just looking raggedy in the real scenes, you're just like, oh, that's what you really look like. You know what I mean? It's nothing wrong wrong with just, you know, existing, right? But it's such a difference. You look at them in these confessionals and you're just like, yes, sis, serve, give me that beat face. And then you go to their next scene and it's like, ooh, y'all gotta hire them people full time. You know what I mean? And y'all brag about how y'all have all this money. You got the coin. Maybe I'm gonna give y'all this, that maybe it's the contracts that hold them to certain amounts of time and shows that you can't hire them all the time like that. Like they can't beat your face in a confessional and beat your face, you know, during the show. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna give y'all that bone. But if it's not, hire them people. Every woman on these housewife shows, hire the people who do your makeup in the confessionals to do your makeup during the scenes. They give you the best beat that you have ever had in your entire life, and you do not need, and the fans do not need to see, you go from the best beat of your life to this, you know, up-and-coming makeup artist at Sephora on her first day. Like, nah. Or when Sonya asked if she could stay with Tinsley, you could see Tinsley's soul leave her body. But she knew she didn't want to get dragged, so she was just like, you can come stay with me. Instantly regretting it. But Sonya seems like she's in a better place, so I think it'll be good. I think it will be good. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be a nightmare for Tinsley, and I hope they film it because I want to see it. And I also think that Bethany's problem is that her sidekick got a little cooler than she did, because I'm loving this outfit that Carol wore to her party. Like, Carol's a fly chick, you know what I mean? She's always been that, but like a lot of you have pointed out, she hasn't really been into the fashions, but I felt like she has. I think that she stepped it up a bit more, but I've always liked Carol's fashions. But I realized from watching this season and going back to from other seasons that Carol was wearing what she had in her closet. Now she's wearing on this season what a stylist bought her, or, you know, purchased for her, or loaned her, or whatever for the show. So I'm thinking that Bethany is kind of, you know, also feeling some sort of way that the sidekick is starting to get cool. You know what I mean? The sidekick is starting to get hip to the fashions. You know what I mean? The sidekick is starting to realize this is a TV show and I need to make something more out of this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like Carol needs the money, but she realizes now what this opportunity is. And I think that Bethany is starting to feel some way because she's the biggest opportunist on this show. You know, and not in a bad way. Like, she sees it for what it is and she makes it work. But now she's starting to realize that her friend is kind of getting hip to the game and she's no longer the sidekick. She's somebody that people are looking at. Because when she walks in, you know, even Bethany is like, you know, she wants to say something about the outfit, but they're trying to get into a better place, so she just kisses her. Smart, sis. Smart. So, yeah, I would feel some sort of way too, but I think that Dorinda just wanted a thank you, like a verbalized thank you. But I felt like Bethany was saying it in so many ways. She was like about to cry. I don't know. I felt like I heard her say it, but I think Dorinda wanted her to be like, Dorinda, I appreciate this. Thank you so much. Because that's really difficult to do. You got to pull some strings. You know what I mean? And Brenda's going to have a happy Christmas because of Dorinda. You know what I mean? I can't believe that child wanted a basketball player sized nutcracker. That would terrify me as a child. So, you know, Brenda's a different kind of kid. You know what I mean? Bethany's a mother. Listen, I had to. But yeah, I think that Dorinda just wanted a verbal thank you. I really appreciate it. Sometimes I've learned, sometimes saying thank you is really what people want and not other forms of it or showing it, or sometimes people just want you to say it. I've learned that because I grew up in a family where we don't say sorry and we don't say thank you. We show it. And I've realized growing up, like getting older and just being around people who are not my family, that you got to verbalize it. You know what I mean? The affection and all of that and the gift giving, all of that is great. But people need to know that you're sorry for what you did and that you appreciate what they did. You know what I mean? So I think that's what Dorinda needed from Bethany in that moment, and she didn't give it. And poor thing, mother was looking for it. She was looking for it. She still ain't get it. She gonna get it at the reunion, but it's gonna be nasty because it's Bethany. I'ma just be real with you. I don't think that the Countess is just going to Jupiter, to, you know, just for the holidays. She's going there to see Tom. I mean, like, they just got divorced. There's still a lot of feelings and emotions there. She's going back to maybe get that old thing back, or to, you know, stick a pin in his balloon so he doesn't have a good time without her. That's what she's doing, and I think the ladies see it. But this is what I kind of like about these shows sometimes. There's history. And so sometimes these ladies come together and they are really protective of each other. And I think that the ladies saw it and they noticed it, but they wanted to protect her in that moment and they didn't want to talk about it because they could have. They could have, and it could have been something, but they saw that it hurt her, especially when Bethany brought up the girlfriend, which I don't think that, I really believe that she didn't know because she was trying to talk about the chick. You know what I mean? But, you know, who knows with Bethany, right? But I do believe that she didn't know. But in that moment, I saw them protect her. I saw them all, like, make eye contact and move on to something else. And I felt like in that moment, they made that decision. We're going to let our girl heal. We're not going to go there. She's in pain. Let's move on to something else, something a little bit more light. You know what I mean? Carol being sad about Adam. Bethany wants Carol to be sad about Adam. Bethany wants Carol to break up with Adam because he did not do one thing for her. And that's very dangerous, especially when you're dealing with your friend's partner. You know what I mean? Like, you can't ask my man to do nothing. That's where Bethany went wrong. She should have asked Carol if she could talk to him, or can you ask Adam if he would be, or, you know, let the girlfriend or the partner, you know, brush up their mate first before you come in and start asking. That's where Bethany went wrong. And I think she's just pissed that somebody said no to her. You know what I mean? Especially like a peasant. This commoner said no to me. Like, really? And she's mad about that. And she wants Carol to end it with him. And that's a very dangerous place to be. Because one, it doesn't look good. And then you put a mark on yourself. Because people are going to be very weary of you and how they deal with you. And how they allow the people in their lives to deal with you. Because you just seem vindictive. We're going to talk about me for a second. Because this episode, really good episode. But it's also making me so, like, Christmassy. And my family and I, we're from Philly, but everybody moved out here because we're all in the entertainment industry, except for my mom. But, you know, she's an entertainer's mom, so she's a part of it. But we spent Christmas in LA last year. My family was like, hell no, we can't do this. Because LA is just not Christmassy. And just watching all the decor in New York City, I feel like I didn't have a Christmas. And so we all decided we're going to go back to the East Coast for Christmas. But just watching it, I'm like, oh man, the East Coast got Christmas on lock. I just feel like you can't do Christmas with palm trees. You know what I mean? I can't wait. It's my favorite holiday. It's December, my favorite month. Well, from Thanksgiving on, like Thanksgiving, my birthday, Christmas, New Year's, my favorite time of year. Guys, that's when I'm the happiest. That's when I'm the happiest. I love that season. I can't wait. Luann. So Bethany's assistant, who has been her assistant for years, she shows up with a donation from Bethany and Luann is like, hello. Luann, you don't know her? Come on. Ooh, the shade! You know, there is nobody in this cast that is more happy that Bethany and Carol are in something than Ramona. Like, she is eating this up. Because Ramona thrives on drama. I don't think she has a vendetta against anybody. She loves the drama just as long as it's not on her. She loves it when it's somebody else because she is feeding this up. She is just, the way she relayed this conversation back to Carol, I was like, although Carol and Bethany are going through something, I was like, Carol, be weary. You know what I mean? Like, I wish she would have watched The Messenger and been like, okay, I'll talk to Bethany. But Carol was still in her feelings. So she received it the way that it was given. And I was just like, not smart, Carol, because this is Ramona. You know her. You know her ways. And she was thriving off the fact that they had beef. And Carol, listen, the both of them, I think the both of them are talking out of turn about each other, and I think it's just going to create a bigger issue because Bethany should not have mentioned anything about Carol being sad. What Bethany was doing is trying to start this like snowball against Adam so that Adam and Carol can break up because that's what she wants. And what Carol is doing, she's hurt by what Bethany said, you know, so she is talking about Bethany out of turn and even saying stuff to Dorinda. You know how she is. And Carol would never have said that if they were cool. You know what I mean? So it's like they're making a situation so much bigger than it actually has to be. And speaking of people making it a bigger situation than what it has to be, I get that Dorinda's hurt. I get that she wants an apology from Bethany. My issue is you're telling everybody but Bethany. Tell Bethany. And I think maybe she's just intimidated by it, or you kind of want the person to finally realize that they harmed you. but it may never come. I'm sitting there and I'm watching, I'm like, girl, just let her know. Just tell her and be like, you know, I would have really liked to thank you, you know? And however Bethany reacts, she'll react. When I think that's the problem, Dorinda knows how Bethany is going to react, or she can predict, and she would much rather just not get the apology, pout about it, talk about it to everybody else, than have Bethany snap on her. That's what she's trying to avoid, because Dorinda can snap back and it's never cute. But Dorinda only snaps back when she's drunk. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that Dorinda is just trying to avoid a confrontation with Bethany, but she's going to get a bigger confrontation from Bethany the more she talks about it to other people and not her, because Bethany don't like that. Don't talk about Bethany behind her back. She'll cut you. Oh, girl, we gotta talk about this conversation with Ramona and Bethany. So first of all, shout out to the cameraman who filmed this, because we got Ramona from different angles. There was like a body cam shot just going around. We got it like she's on the corner in the middle of like this busy New York street, just yelling into her phone, holding her poor dog, and this cameraman is getting every angle. So Bethany calls Ramona, and she's like, I think that you enjoy me and Carol arguing. She does. Can we be real? Let's tell the truth and shame the devil. Ramona likes drama. She enjoyed it, and she's feeding the beast. She's feeding whoever is going through the issue. She wants it to get bigger and bigger. She is just somebody who likes to do that. That is her thing, right? So I agree with Bethany. But then Ramona gets some cojones out of nowhere. And I'm telling y'all, she read Bethany for filth. She dragged her through that phone all up and down Fifth Avenue, sweetie. Bethany wasn't ready, but I do applaud how calm she was, because you know Bethany can get real ugly and real gutter, but she was very calm. She was very cool, calm, and collected, even through the dragation, because Ramona dragged her. Like, everything that she was feeling, then everything that everybody else was feeling, and I was sitting there with my jaw dropped like, oh, God. She got a point. I'm sorry. You know, like Ramona got her. Ramona was red. She was locked and loaded. Does she still got beef with Bethany? I think it's the, oh yeah, because it's probably the, no, that was beef with Sonia about the wine, right? What she got with Ramona? I think maybe Ramona's issue, this could be something, guys, listen up. I think maybe Ramona's issue with Bethany is that Bethany is seen as the most successful businesswoman out of the group, and Ramona doesn't feel like she gets her just due, because she was successful as a business owner before Bethany got successful. So I feel like Ramona wants the same kind of recognition. So she kind of always will have a little issue with Bethany. So whenever there's something going on with her, Ramona is always ready to serve a plate. You know what I mean? But wow, this scene, juicy. I like Luann's little apartment. I'm telling you, there's like a little part of Luann's life that I'm just like, yeah, this is what getting older is like. You know, you got your cool little home in the Hamptons that you really live at. Then you got your nice little pit house in New York City. It's cute. I was a little confused about the stove, like being next to the books, but she doesn't seem like she's somebody who cooks. So, you know, it's cute. I like it. I mean, she has a great view of the projects. What was those apartment complex right across the street? I was like, ooh, what area is this again? What did I tell y'all? These reality TV shows, these producers, these network, they are not your friends. They are not your friends. Y'all need to, anybody who wants to do reality TV, it is a business, baby. You come on here with a business plan, because they will use up every aspect of your life to get a good show. Their bottom line is money, not you. And I say that because we all know what happened with Luann. We didn't need to see it. And the fact that Bravo paid, you know, whoever to get this footage and use it, and then use her mugshot, it was just, and then to, you know, pay the news station to use, you know, her being arraigned. It was, I'm like, y'all supposed to be her family. You know what I mean? Like, she gives her whole life to you guys, at least for half the year. You could respect her and just maybe show a news clipping. To show actual video, put dash cam. And why is police dash cam always available to be purchased? Like, I don't know. I didn't like that. I did not like that. And I thought this was a poor moment for Bravo to show that. Y'all didn't need to embarrass her like that anymore. She's already embarrassed. The world already knows. Y'all didn't need to show us. You know, I don't know. I just didn't like that. But that's where the episode ends. I'm about to watch the preview for next week. I just had to stop and talk to you guys about that because that really bothered me. So next week, it's gonna be a good one. I can't lie. We're gonna get, you know, the aftermath of Luann getting drunk, getting toasted, and assaulting a police officer. I gotta keep on mentioning it because I'm just like, the Countess went toe to toe with the cops. Work. And then we also have you know, a light moment of Tinsley and Sonia staying together, and we get more of the Carol and Bethany confrontation, or, you know, talking it out, whatever it is. It's just like, ladies, at this point, you gotta let it go. Either y'all gonna make it work or not, because they're gonna keep on going around. But anyway, this was a really good episode until the end, at least for me. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, and I totally appreciate you guys spending your time with me. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week for the following episode of The Real Housewives of New York. Love you guys. Bye.